Hi, today with Doppelganger Productions we are sourcing for Weevil. This is Marie.
Hello, I'm one of the designers.
And I'm Maria, and I'm also one of the designers. And today we are in Molly's Den and we're going to look for Fanny's chair. Although this is not the kind of chair that we're looking for, we have to also bear in mind that Fanny's going to have a massive bustle because of the style of the dress at the time. So she would more likely be perched on the end of it, looking very regal and sitting down like this. But because this hasn't got arms, it's very good because there's space for her to have that. So this chair has a great sense of grandeur to it, which I think Fanny really needs. Like, it shows her presence in the room, and considering we have not so many set pieces, it would be a good statement piece to put in the room. The colour's not really our thing, it's not what we're looking for. It's a good starting point. It's a good starting point.
We really like the manly kind of vibes these chairs give, especially the fact that Robert Louis often referred to Fanny as Sir, and she had quite an authoritative way of dealing with things and way of acting, and in her stance and her way of just her personality in general. We feel that a chair with a little bit of a masculine approach might work for Fanny in some situations. So it's a good option and something we'll keep in mind. But the budget for this is just too high for what we're doing right now. So Maria's taken a liking to this chair, but as discussed, Fanny is the inkwell in our concept, so she needs to be black.
Yeah.
We need a black chair.
Unfortunately.
Okay, so we are leaving Molly's Den empty-handed today. We couldn't find anything that we needed, but that's totally normal when you're sourcing furniture for productions, just the way it is sometimes. The thing with being a designer and the thing with sourcing is you can't always guess or estimate when you're going to get the right thing. You just have to trust that it will come about at some point, and that we will have the perfect chair for Fanny by the time the production's up. This is why we're sourcing early, and we're just trying to keep on top of things. So next we're going to be heading to Fabricland to try and find some fabrics for Robert Louis' waistcoat and for Fanny's dress, so we'll see you there.
So here we are at Fabricland, a great place to get lots of good fabrics from, nice and cheaply as well. So we're going to go and have a look for Fanny's costume and for Robert's waistcoat. So this is great fabric here for the back of Robert Louis' waistcoat. However, I think that we need to keep within the colour scheme, and that would be reds and browns. So we'll have a look for something else. Maybe something like this. We were looking at Robert's waistcoat, and this might be potential. It's quite homely, and because it's corduroy, it gives it a good texture. And it works well to complement Fanny's thing.
For Fanny, we found this really nice cotton velvet, which I think will be really nice for her bodice and for the bustle of her skirt. So I think we're just going to go and grab some of this now. The thing I like about this fabric is it's 100% cotton, which means although it's quite a thick fabric and although it is velvet, it will allow air and it will be breathable, whereas we could get a very thin fabric but it could be less breathable because it's synthetic. So this is why we're going to go for the cotton, and it's quite a good price within our budget, so we're very happy about this one. So we're going to get this one today. Here I am with my huge array of fabrics that I've chosen for Fanny's dress. As I said earlier, this is the cotton velvet, and this is what we're using for the top fabric for the skirt, the bustle, the collar and the front of the bodice, with the embroidery is going to go. So I need 5.5 meters of this overall. It's a calico, and this is going to be used to drape on the stand, which is a way of making the pattern for the bodice. So I need 1.5 meters for that, and I also need another 3 meters because this is going to be a lining for the bottom skirt. So overall I need 4.5 meters of that one. This is a cotton gel, and this is what you use to back corsets, so I'm going to be using this for the bottom lining of the corset. So I need roughly 1 to 1.5 meters of this. Here is a cotton, and this is going to be used as the top layer for her bodice and as the bottom layer for her skirt. So overall I need 4.5 meters of this one. So that's everything I'm getting from Fabricland today for Fanny's costume.
So we had a very successful trip to Fabricland. So we're going to go back home and start making.